Welcome everybody to Fade to Obsidian. I'm Skipper, joined as always by Crescent, and joined once again by Yogi. Welcome in, Yogi.
Welcome back.
You're slowly becoming one of our most returning guests, and I think by the time we're done this series, you will probably take it from everybody but Salem. You can't beat Salem, but
No.
yeah.
It's nice to have goals, I guess.
Yeah, you got to just work your way into more things. I love it. Well, let's start here. What are you drinking? Let's start with our normal question.
Uh, I'm just killed a bottle of single malt whiskey from Archie Rose, which is a Australian distillery. Their family member brought me back instead of bringing me to Australia. So that's nice.
Yeah, Australia would be nice as well,
I guess
but
better that than nothing, I suppose.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nice. So is it an Australian whiskey then?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever
That's
had
cool.
an Australian whiskey. It just took me a second there to be like, hold on, let me clock this.
It's got a different taste than I was expecting. Like it starts off like really smoky, and then it gets really fruity, but in a way I'm not used to with whiskey. So I'm like, oh, okay,
Interesting.
keep it out.
Okay. Crescent, have you ever had an Australian whiskey?
I have not.
Oh, there you go.
I've only had the main five:
Main five. Yeah. Interesting.
Canada, USA, Scotland, Ireland. Oh, India, Japan.
Oh. I've never even had India.
I think
That's six, not
That's
five. But
six. Yeah. India didn't even
think
know. Oh.
Thai is also getting really big into whiskey, and I think they won a competition a couple of years ago for it. So keep an eye out for that. Don't quote me though.
I think I did at some point have an India.
that's all that this is. This is Fade quotes Yogi.
Literally, that's what this episode is.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought you signed up for, but
I mean,
it's not that.
You're the expert this
the top the topic we're here for. Yes, you can quote me on that, but the
Okay.
whiskey stuff.
I love it. I love it. All right, Crescent, what are you drinking?
I've got Brewhouse Pilsner
Ooh.
and water, and
Oh, yeah,
I don't know, some assorted bottles of whiskey.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. See where the
How
night
the day
takes me.
goes. Well, I'm on the complete opposite side. That I just had like an insane week off, and then I'm still hungover from 2 days ago. So I have water. It's lemon
Nice.
water, if that helps. Sparkling lemon water, but
That's like part way to a lemon drop.
we'll see. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll get adventurous and go, okay, I'm hydrated enough, and I'll reach for one of my whiskeys. But it's probably not. It's probably not gonna happen.
let's see. Let's see how much I bum people out, and then maybe you'll get there.
That's true. All right, let's jump into the meat of this. First off, we are only doing spoilers for Red Rising. If you have not read Golden Sun, you're actually safe for this episode. If you haven't finished the series,
Just this episode.
just this episode. This is going to be our August, a little bit into September series where we are going to go book by book. So you will be safe for this one for Red Rising. Next one we'll have Golden Sun, so on and so forth until 6 episodes later, and you will have to read Lightbringer. And our topic is a hilarious one that Yogi and I have been discussing for a while, because what happens is, and we'll get to your expertise in a moment, but basically I post on Instagram and about animals, and then Yogi tells me whether or not in real life I could own that animal, and 99% of the time he has informed me that no, you can't have that animal. So we thought we would bring this to the Red Rising world, and we're going to go through. Crescent lovingly did the other half of the research. I've done no research but show up. Crescent read through
Classic.
the book and found all references to critters. I think for Red Rising, they're all mostly ones that we would have somewhat in our world, rather than as the series continues, we'll get more into like spoiler, the carvers getting into them. And Yogi's gonna tell me whether or not I can own that animal. And maybe like what care. We could have a whole debate about things. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna learn under what conditions you could possibly have these animals as pets.
Oh, geez.
So
at least they're asking.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh no, this is us asking advice for things that we have already done.
Oh no.
They're already in the next room. I already bought myself a Pitviper. Is that a problem?
If it is how I see it in my head, yeah.
Because they're just out there.
That depends. Can it get to the same room as you? Or your animals?
Well, my
your other
cats
animals
are walking in and out, so yeah.
Well,
it's fine.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, cats actually have a really fast reaction time and can like kind of like swat at snakes pretty well and get out of the way of their bites. So
they're still alive.
Even Besta and Dodger?
Have you seen Dodger? Dodger is a cannonball with legs. She is the fattest cat
that is correct.
Seen. She is not athletic. Dodger,
I not work out so well.
Besta fights when we have a dog in the house. Besta will like take down a golden retriever. Dodger is like, bye. Like, no, I'm not doing this. But let's get into Yogi. What makes you an expert? Why do you feel you can tell me no to this? Or yes?
Okay, well,
why can you tell
because
me
he's
yes?
a mean person.
I like telling people no, so it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I got bachelor's in animal science, got a master's of animal welfare science, ethics and law. I've got almost 16 years of animal husbandry experience at various facilities. And I don't know, just like growing up seeing people get attacked by animals in the 90s and
yeah. I like it. Well.
Oh, and I've worked like in close proximity to a lot of animals people probably want to have and know how expensive they can be to have.
Yeah, that is the other part, is whether or not we have an upper bar on, like, do I have gold money or do I have my current money? Like, we're going to have to discuss that as well. Yeah.
I did take that into account with some of them, so yes.
Okay. I like it. Well, let's jump in. And yeah, Crescent, thank you so much. I'm going to let you read down the list that you created. And then
that's fair.
And then Yogi can tell me whether or not I'm allowed to have it, and then I'll probably debate him on things. Like, that's gonna be, I think, our vibe for this one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, we have already discussed this one very briefly. First up was Pitviper.
Okay. In my
Discuss.
mind, a Pitviper is basically a super venomous snake, but also with like a tail that can inject eggs into you.
Oh.
Is that right?
They actually lay their eggs from their mouth.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I just like my brain.
That's worse.
Like, I want to see the anatomy of one.
Not in real life, right? That's the Red Rising.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
this is not a real snake.
Okay.
No.
I'm more used to where the eggs come out in the other one, so.
Yeah.
But okay, it's a highly venomous snake that hides in the rock walls and deep underground and bites you with limited aggression to cause it. That's a no for me.
Yeah. To be fair, I wasn't going to fight you on this one. I do live somewhat in rattlesnake territories, which I know is a Pitviper. So I had forgotten the egg laying part and just knew the rattlesnake part. And so this is one I wasn't actually going to campaign to have in my house. I like snakes, but not that.
Yeah. Like, in the wild, snakes, they don't want to be near us. Like, some evolved a method to, well, not just us, but other things, a sound device to be like, hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. You can take care of snakes, but venomous snakes are highly controlled, and you need special licenses, and you are subject to lots of checks. And the people who decide to, like, I can have a venomous snake, sometimes they're just, found dead.
Yeah, I am gonna put a personal hilarious story. So I have an uncle who's a doctor deep in rattlesnake territory. Like most of the hospitals around here, how it works is they have the first injection of the anti-venom, and then you get taken to the hospital in Toronto that's closest to the zoo because they milk the rattlesnakes there, and they always have the anti-venom there. So that's where you get your second injection, is after getting airlifted. And my uncle had to administer the first injection of anti-venom to a woman who just wanted a souvenir. She tried to put the rattlesnake in her purse.
Oh my god.
Great souvenir.
People do the weirdest stuff with snakes.
Yeah. And my uncle always says that no local has ever been bitten because they're smarter. Like if you're picking up a rock, you pick it up like so that I don't know how to describe it, like angles,
use it as a guard.
That they can escape away from you, right? Like everyone in that area knows, and this woman put it in her purse. So anyway, no to Pitviper. We're down. Yeah, we're down 1. I like it. All right.
Somebody want to mark up this list? Skipper, that can be your job. You can mark up the list. With our final conclusion.
A screenshot. Okay.
Yeah. Hit mark up.
Just do like a tally. Like yes, no. I don't know.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Next up is a slightly less vicious animal, theoretically. Okay. It's also kind of a twofer. We've got deer/deerling.
It's not the best pet. Because, well, one, some of them have antlers. I don't know if that was discussed in Red Rising, if they have antlers or not.
Not specifically, but one has to.
But I mean, like,
at least assume.
Like, people shouldn't be interacting with so much in North America because Lyme disease and the ticks.
Oh yeah.
And there's kind of a vector for a strain of COVID that could eventually mutate to humans.
Interesting.
Ideally, in the future, COVID doesn't exist anymore, but also a lot of people can't get advanced medical care in that universe.
Yeah.
So, especially at that point in the story. But I mean, like in Japan, they got those deer at that tourist attraction, but the deer get a little aggressive if you don't feed them at the rate they like.
Yeah.
But then there's also deer poop everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And when they get into a certain time of year, they get a little aggressive. So, and I know, like, people rehab them or like they help a wild one, but it's still a big no for me.
Okay. They're adorable.
Yeah.
But
it can be.
Yeah, I don't want one in my house. I want them in my backyard. I want like a deer.
They're nice to look at.
Yeah. I get them in my backyard, but I don't. I'd love to pet one day. But you were saying, like, so I guess because they have ticks all over them, I could then end up with Lyme disease is what it is. I don't want that. Also, where is the deer in Red Rising? This is the other
is it in the Vale?
It's in the Institute.
Oh, yeah.
Fitchner kills them.
Yeah, okay.
Or kills one of them.
That's right.
Yeah. Severo has to drag it back to the castle.
Yeah. Right.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Crescent, are you getting a deer?
No, I had one jump out of a stand of trees while I was in the forest one time, about 10 feet from me, and I went, that thing can just stay that far away from me and we're cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got older and learned how to hunt.
This is taking a turn. This is gonna become wood
Venison.
hunt it.
Venison is delicious though, so
I don't know if
Yeah,
I've
it's real
actually
good.
had it.
a nice
Deer
stew.
tenderloin. Mm.
Take your word for it.
I'm making myself hungry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds
All
like
right.
it's a no for the deer, even though they are adorable. I'll add that to my list that my cat is now blocking. So-
Okay, also something to consider, even some people get away with it, but vet.
Vet?
You're gonna get a vet for that.
Oh.
Yeah. Who are you gonna get a veterinarian?
Well, I don't know.
Carefully.
Could like we've got I'm looking at
Find a
the
black
list.
market vet.
There's got to be someone who can do like, but yeah, you'd have to have a specialty. Like, I don't know. Like, who's dealing with the horses and the goats? I feel like that kind of a vet might.
Equine veterinarians often specialize in it, and they charge extra.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Fair.
they make good money because people who have horses love their horses.
Yes. Absolutely.
And horses in general are just super expensive.
So expensive. We'll get to them in a bit. But yeah,
True.
okay.
First up, or I guess next up,
Next up.
just first before the horse, goats.
I feel like I can have a goat.
Goats, you can have a goat.
Yes.
Goats, we have domesticated goats. Well, there are some subspecies of goats, like I believe a Tonkin is a kind of goat, and that is a goat that is gigantic, and like its ridge on its back is like my height, and I'm 6'1". I know
so that's
everyone likes that they
Luana.
are, but look up a Tonkin. They're adorable. I love their little horns and their faces, and they're gigantic, and they don't look like they should be climbing the things they climb. But no, like dwarf goat, pygmy goats.
Yeah.
like,
Feigning
so
goats.
Everyone can. Yeah.
Because like
I mean,
people
just-
get them just to like mow their lawns. So I'm like,
Oh yeah, no, I love it. If there was a blackberry infestation in someone's yard, and you know someone with a goat, hell yeah, throw that goat back there.
I have a raspberry I can't say that word. Infestation. Is that gonna help me? We're learning all the
Oh,
words
yeah.
that I can't pronounce.
I double check. I know we fed them blackberry, like vines, fronds, branches that because they're like super thorny. Never look in a goat's mouth though. Don't do that. That's horrifying.
Well, and they've got the rectangle eyes.
Yeah, that's a little jarring, but I got used to that. I was working with a bunch of them 2 years ago, but aside from the one that just decided trying to gore me was the best game in the world, yeah, no, get a goat.
All right, I'm going this weekend. I'm doing it.
They do poop a
Bend
lot,
proof.
and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just fertilizer for the lawn. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that just makes more food for the goat.
Yeah. It's the
No brainer.
circle. It's the
circle of life.
Exactly. All right.
that was fun.
Amazing. Okay,
That the
we're
first
up
yes?
Yes, we got a yes.
We got a yes. First yes on the board. I feel like maybe only one other yes coming.
If there's at least two. I guarantee there's at least two.
Okay. We'll
3.
see.
Okay, well, next up's another at least probable yes.
Yeah.
Horse.
Can I have a horse?
Yeah, you can have a horse,
All right.
but you gotta
Can you
make sure
afford a
you're taking
horse?
care of it. Yeah, that's the big one. Can you afford it? Because horse eats before you eat. That's kind of how it breaks down. I mean, it's just a lot of time, energy, it's a lot of food, a lot of poop, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I like people having horses. One day, maybe I'll give in to my ancestral urge to go and steal everyone's horses, because that's apparently something people are still pissed off at my family about. So
Oh.
might as well do it.
There you go. I like that. Might
Yogi
as well.
lore.
Given to
Yeah.
your needs.
It's really it's really weird when you go to a historical site in another country and someone thinks you're a local. With red hair,
Yeah.
Scotland.
Yeah.
I had short hair at the time, so I blended in better. But they're like, "Oh, you're American," and it's like, "Oh, do you know who your family was? If you're Scottish?" Like, "Yeah." You're gonna be upset when I say, and I did, and they were cross, and it's like, "Oh, wow." Natural enemy of the Scot is the Scot. Okay, cool. The Simpsons was right.
Who could have
Yeah.
seen that coming?
Yeah. But
Hilarious.
so if I'm gonna get the hate for it anyways, might as well steal people's
Might as well
horses
do it.
because some of them
Absolutely.
are really expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Honestly,
sending out cover
not
letters.
even just some of them. I would go so
Majority.
far as to say most of them.
Yeah.
Well, any like race horses, yeah, but I mean like just like a random horse,
Yeah.
be
Well,
hit
there
or
is
miss.
still like the wild horses, which I mean, to
Oh.
try and domesticate them would be near impossible. They're wild for a reason, but they'd be cheap to try and steal.
To try and steal,
Can you
but I
steal
don't.
something wild?
Yeah.
That would be poaching, I guess, and I don't truck with that. I'd rather steal from a human being.
Fair.
I'm fine with that.
So we're
Yeah.
leaving,
If they're
leaving
rich.
the wild ones.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's no feral horse girl protecting it. I'm not gonna mess with that.
Oh yeah, we leave the horse girls alone. Like we're not gonna discuss whether or not Crescent's hunting the horse. We're not gonna enrage the horse girls.
No.
No.
I'm
I
smarter
know
than
too
that.
many.
Just.
Just barely. All right. So horse is a yes. The next one, I feel like we can have a great debate about. Crescent.
Okay.
What is it?
We can talk about pureblood and crossbreed. Wolves.
Wolves.
Okay. I knew this one was coming up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the most contentious one on here.
Because they're just puppies.
I say no, except in the most extreme and rare circumstances, because we have dogs.
Yeah.
So at some point in history, the one time humanity agreed on something and thought, "Hey, that's cool. I'd like that to hang out with me."
Yeah.
And so like
They were
all
right.
around the world in the same like period of evolution, people started domesticating wolves or canines of various kinds. And now we have dogs, many of which I have issues with some of the breeds because of the stuff we've done to them.
Yeah.
But wolves, they don't act like dogs. Like they don't have the thing that dogs have where they can like read our faces. They see a human and they're like, no. They're super xenophobic. In North America, I can't remember the last time a wolf actually has been proven to have attacked a person. People lie, say a wolf did, and it's like, no, it was a dog. That was a golden retriever.
It's a husky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop blaming.
I'll have to see if I can find the study. I can send it to you if I can find it. But I shared it with Peebs for PB Doodles a couple of years ago, and it was showing in 4 states wolves get blamed for a lot of cattle death in certain areas. Less than 1% of cattle loss in North America can be attributed to predation. Even then, most of that they can't prove the cattle wasn't already dead before something ate it. Like if you saw it, I don't want to work and I see a free meal, why not?
Yeah.
But also the study implied like 10% of cattle loss is due to bad husbandry, but let's focus on that other number that's less than 1%.
Yeah. Well, so that's interesting out of curiosity. So in my area, we've got, I forget, it's the coyote mix with the wolves, and they get blamed for everything. And but at the same time, it's hilarious signs up that are like, stop feeding them, people. Like, what are you doing? Of course they're in the suburbs right now. What were you
Stop making the problem worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love coy wolves. I think they're super interesting, but it's also funny because like wolves do not abide coyotes being in their territory for the most
Mm,
part. Like they see them and they just go nuts to get them most of the time.
yeah,
But at
interesting.
least it's just a weird thing to me. So it's like okay, okay, but yeah, wolves. They don't experience humanity the way dogs do. Like they're much bigger than you think they are. They kind of smell bad, but if they have a bath, they have to. I've worked in close proximity to Mexican wolves, maned wolves, which aren't technically wolves, but um, wolf dogs, like straight up wolves, and spend a bit of time with some red wolves.
Cool.
But yeah, no, you should. You need a lot of space for them to not lose their mind.
Yeah.
You have to spend a lot of time with them so they're like used to you, and even then, like it's not the same as having a dog around.
Right.
You gotta be on your toes. They're also really freaked out by like new stuff because they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Um, at the place where we had contact, where the wolf could come up to me and everything, it wasn't the best facility. It was a bit sketchy. But I needed an internship for college, so I didn't ask too many questions and didn't realize I hadn't signed any insurance documentation
Oh
until my
God.
last day. That was fine.
You're alive.
Um, but no, they react to us differently. Like they often say hello by sticking their tongue in your mouth, and it's very jarring if you don't know
Hot.
that that's how they often say hello. Um, but since I was preparing their food, I was often covered in like flecks of like shaved fat and blood, so I was delicious, and I
Yep.
fed them, so I think I got a free pass for that.
Nice.
But no, like it's much they're much bigger than you expect, like being that close. And yeah, you see videos of people being close to them online, but those are wolves that are just around people constantly and everything. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't do it. Game of Thrones made people get a bunch of wolves and put them in weird places. Like at the sketchy place I was at, like half of them didn't exist until after Game of Thrones came out. The show, not the book. This
Yeah.
book's really old. Um, and a lot of people had them in like apartments, or they had them chained up outside of their RV, and so you could take photos with them. And
Holy
these
fuck.
people did
Yeah.
awful stuff to them because you have to feed them a lot. Finding a vet for them is crazy. You can't really take it on a walk very well.
No.
So you need to have a ton of room for them, and then just even if you're being smart, you got to have like a 12-foot high fence with a 3-foot overhang, and then it has to go 6 feet underground with like another 3 foot in, so they don't dig out because they can just burrow if they feel like it. I've seen a wolf make a den that went back like 20 feet underground overnight. I'm like,
Oh my
they
God.
can dig if they feel
Holy
like it.
shit.
Yeah. So the housing alone, you just need a ton of space. And like, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a reason why this like zoo enclosures, if they're done right, are prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
So like a standard suburb backyard, no, it's getting out. Your neighbor's cat or dog don't exist anymore if they don't vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
All
it.
right. Well, I'm putting that one
If
as
you're
a
living
Okay.
maybe. It's a
if you
maybe.
live in the middle of the if you live in the middle of the woods and they can come and go as they please, try to make friends because you're trying to avoid society and you need an alert system.
Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
go for it,
Seems
Zach.
like
That's
a great
what.
plan, frankly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they also,
no,
when they
if
go howling,
With the
like, I don't
occasional
think you
plate of meat.
necessarily want them around. Because I've been at the
yeah,
zoo when the Toronto Zoo has a pack of tundra wolves, and there is signs everywhere of do not howl at the wolves, but every once in a while they'll just go, and
oh yeah,
it's funny watching the whole, because they naturally will do it, but they have to have
yeah.
signs, and like there's constantly zookeepers around being like yelling at people of like, stop trying to set them off, just leave them alone, stop trying to set them
Yeah.
off.
When they do it themselves, it's awesome. Like trying to get you do it, it's just because it's a what communication tool. They do it often to like, hey, other pack that we smelled your pee, or we heard you howling. They're like, hey, we're over here. Don't stay back.
Yeah.
We're big and tough. Don't you come over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So
I'm
many
so
of
ready.
us, can't you tell?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm still saying it a
Maybe
maybe,
that's
but I feel like
in a very specific situation.
yes.
Do not do it if you don't have a ton of room and food and money and space and veterinary care. And don't do it if you have an HOA that's crazy, or a
Wait,
bunch
and
of your
what
neighbors
if
are.
what if you want to get rid of the HOA?
Oh yeah, sure, go nuts. I don't care. I hate
Just
HOAs.
run
It will,
run the place, with wolves.
like,
It'll be fine.
yeah. And also, you can build bat houses in your area, and once they're up, they are protected, and they can't do anything about it. And then swarms of bats will descend on the neighborhood. So go for it.
Okay.
You
Bats
can
is
start wearing
not
black
in
nail
here.
polish and never going outside during the daytime. Oh my god.
We've got bats is not on our list, but I want a bat. Other than the rabies, aren't they like number one for rabies in the world?
It, they can be because like if one gets it in a colony, they can spread it to the rest of the colony pretty easily, and then they fly so they can disperse it easily. But the big thing is there's like a white fungus disease. There's a disease that bats are dealing with in North America that is actually pretty lethal to them. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'm not never got to work with the bats very much besides just bringing them food, which is adorable. Um, but so they're having an issue with that right now, and I know they just don't want people getting super close to them because we don't want new zoonotic diseases
Yeah.
or a brand new pandemic. We already had one. Let's wait 100 years.
Let's just keep. Yeah. We'll go back.
Yeah.
Or everyone could just wash their hands more. That would be perfect.
Yeah, we can have second lunch or second breakfast, but please no second pandemic.
Yeah.
Or if we do it when I'd like leave the country and don't come back. You can get a visa.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well,
Okay.
wolves is a maybe. What's next?
Next, we have a slightly more pet friendly animal, a bloodback bear. How's that?
I was like, are we looking at the same list? Where are you going with this? Yeah.
The misdirect.
The only people I think who should be able to have one of those is a Telemanus. If you're that big and that strong, sure, have one. Everyone else, no.
What makes it a bloodback? Like, that's not real, right? That's just
No, it is not. That's
just making sure.
But that's the only
We're-
bear that's actually discussed.
And we're
I think
assuming it's like grizzly-esque.
It's well beyond grizzly.
Okay.
Was it one of the things they listed as like something Gold's hunted or something?
No, there's one in the woods.
Yeah, because doesn't that
When-
how
like during the
Pax's-
institute.
Pax's
Yeah.
cloak
Pax's
is
wolf
not
cloak
a
is a
wolf
bloodback.
cloak, he's a bear cloak.
Yeah. A full-grown Telemanus can have a bloodback bear. Everyone else, no.
Okay. So not me.
No. Not me. Like,
Can I have is it black bears that are like the kind one? Can I have a black
black bears are the sneaky ones who will mess you up.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Like, none of them are great to be around. Like, but black bears are sneaky and they'll sneak up on you. They can be in the
Okay.
trees. I don't
'Cause
like that.
What is it? Black fight back, brown lie down.
Yeah. Black
Polar
fight
bear
back,
just
brown lay down.
fucking-
White good night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say polar, you're done. Don't attempt.
Like, yeah, don't be there. I'm saying that I've been very close to polar bears. Thankfully behind very strong material, and I've seen down one's throat while it like turned around and it was just like licking at the little wall because I was carrying all of its food into the building, and it's just behind the little glass where they do medical procedures, and like little paw can get in this little slide so they can do blood draws and stuff, and feed them during that. He's just licking the little clear wall. And I was like, oh, you have really big teeth and so many of them, and you're a small one, so I'm very glad you're back
You're
there. But yeah, no, wish someone had domesticated them. I feel like that is a missed opportunity from all of our ancestors,
For real.
because
all the ones that tried got eaten.
100%. That we don't.
Why weren't our ancestors 10-foot tall monsters who could wrestle bears so that I could sleep on one? It looks adorable. I want to do it. I'm not going to. Maybe old me wanting to die will go into the woods and try to sleep on a bear, but no other version of me will do it.
Yeah. No.
Also, no matter how soft their fur looks, it is not. It's not.
Is it not?
No.
I don't think
I went to the Calgary Zoo last year and they've got polar bears. Or I guess only polar bear now because one died of a crushed trachea, which was fucking sad. Yeah, they were playing and it got its trachea injured and fell in the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got like a board that's got polar bear fur on it, and it is like ridiculously coarse.
Isn't it also clear? Isn't that like a thing? Because they're not actually white, and then their skin's black. Like it's all confusing on.
Yeah, it's all designed to stay warm, and it makes perfect sense. But when you put it all together, it's like,
how did this happen?
I feel like it should be different, but
I've been once in an area that had wild polar bears, and it's the most. They were like, you're not walking around at night. Like you're just straight up not. Like I don't care what you think, how far you think you're going. You're not doing it. There is wild polar bears. You are not fucking around with that.
Were you in Churchill, Manitoba?
I was not. I really want to go to Churchill, Manitoba. That's like the full polar bear capital of the world, in which they have laws that you can't lock your car, so that at any point someone who needs to run into a car can just, any car has to be open. I was not. I was up in Cochrane, Ontario, which is pretty far north.
Okay.
And the fun thing with Cochrane is, you were talking about the polar bears at the Calgary Zoo. They have the polar bear sanctuary, so all polar bears in zoos in Canada and most in the United States, a lot of the time they're either bred at the Toronto Zoo, which would be the kind of closest-ish, it's like 9-hour drive, to Cochrane, but they all, if they survive Calgary, they get to retire to Cochrane, and they have a polar bear sanctuary, so they've got the real polar bears out there, and then inside the sanctuary is a hey, you've done your time in the zoo, you can come back to Cochrane and just hang out, and they've got a sanctuary. And then a lot of the times the polar bears will be born in different zoos and then go spend some time at the sanctuary in the middle before they get to a point where they're now you can really go hang out at the zoo. So when the Calgary Zoo polar bear died, there was a huge thing in Toronto because it had been born at, I think, the Toronto Zoo, and so they're oh, sad you didn't get to make it to Cochrane. But anyway, so that's where I was. They've got the polar bear sanctuary because they're also then out in the wild, and they're let's not walk down the street at night, people. Let's not. But I really want to go to Churchill, where they just have them everywhere.
I think they're really cool, but no one should have those pets.
Okay. That's
I don't have to go into
cool from a distance.
I don't have to go into the husbandry issues or the money. It's don't do it. You're not big enough.
Yeah. So
you're not surviving that.
We've got no bears and Pitvipers are our big no. And so far it feels like goats are the big yes.
Yeah.
Horses are expensive. The others
horses are yes asterisks.
Yeah.
if you can afford it, a horse is fine.
Next up, weird one. We've got silkworms.
Okay, a lot of the bugs. The big issue for me is like we said going into this, ants, right?
Yeah.
A lot of bugs don't live that long. Like they might stay in the larval phase for a while, and they'll stay there for a decent amount of time. Like I believe dragonflies stay in their larval form for longer than their dragonflies.
Oh.
So they
It's
make,
boring.
but so it's like a bunch of silkworms. You can make silk, you know,
Yep.
but you need a lot of them, and at that point, like that's the job. That's not a pet. You don't have that. You're not forming that emotional connection with each individual one, or you're just way more emotionally resilient than me because I'd be just devastated like on a daily basis when you find like, oh, Silky died and I'm running out of
Wormy.
names. But
Yeah.
like that one is just like it could be an interesting science experiment or like learn about the cycles of life. But I don't know if you can really call that a pet.
Fair. Well, do you want
So,
to go down the list of the next couple?
I
Because I
feel-
feel like we're going to get the same vibe here.
Well, the only thing about the silkworms in Red Rising is it seems like they're huge. Like they talk about the red women milking them for their silk.
Well, yeah. I mean, we need Pierce. If I ever get a chance to talk to Pierce again, I need to bring a list of animals. Be like, okay, like how big is this? What's the lifespan on this?
What's happening
Like,
here?
I'll
Here's
go
your
in
questions.
on that. Don't run away from me because I'm asking too many questions. Like, what's their poop like? Come on, give this detail.
It's all cubes.
That's the
I mean, that's
wombat.
convenient, but depending on what they poop on, that's really handy. If depending on what they're, if it's like a lot of crevices in the area, it's really annoying to clean up. If it's like flat ground, so helpful,
Yeah,
so helpful.
That's great. Love it.
But giant silkworms that live more than 60 days, yeah, sure, you could probably have that as a pet. But
then you'd just be sadder when it dies.
depends
Yeah,
on the
but then you can
lifespan of it.
make it into a shirt or something.
Yeah. All right.
I need to find out how Pierce wants these animals broken down. How long is this like a sturdy exoskeleton you can use for like I don't know like pads? What are you talking about here?
Yeah. I like it. All right, what's next?
Silkworm knee pads, yeah. Next up is fireflies.
I feel like the next
Notoriously
4 is going to be the
long-lived.
next. Yeah.
They don't live very long. They're really cool. They're losing a lot of them. Like I know when I was living in the South in the U.S., there was fireflies all over the place when I was a kid.
They're like rare now.
And that is really sad because it was like, a little bit of wonder, go outside at night.
I still caught one last weekend. I was at a cottage, and that was still like, but I only saw probably 2 the whole time rather than it used to be. Like, you would see tons of them. And I 100% like ran away. We were at a campfire, and I like ran away. I was like, I have it. But they only glow for so long in your hand, and then you're like, okay, be free. Get your spark back. Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're really cool. I do think I wish there were more of them again, but I do know like any place where there's a road, they're just gonna get smacked by cars because the fireflies see the headlights and then.
Oh yeah. And then I've had one on my car, and then it just wouldn't die. It just kept blinking while I was driving, and you're like, what do I do here?
Yeah, it was saying SOS.
Yeah. Well, listen, I didn't pull over and say it. Sorry. All right.
Skipper's a firefly murderer.
Yeah, I feel like firefly's got to be the same of like not quite a pet. Like cool to have in your backyard. I'm not calling it a pet, but I want them in my backyard.
Yeah, it's kind of a neato mosquito.
Mosquito without biting. Better
mosquito.
And without the disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, hence it's neato. Mosquitoes are not neato. They're awful.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a purpose to mosquitoes besides to be
No.
eaten by stuff and to kill us.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. Speaking of things that eat mosquitoes, next up's Dragonfly.
Hey, we like them.
Once again, they don't live. They're really cool. I think a dragonfly is really cool, but they don't live that long. It's like 65 days is how long they stay in their adult form. I do think anytime you have a body of water, you need to put a bunch of like larva ones out there so they can grow up and then they can like cordon off the area from mosquitoes, but they also eat other dragonflies, so it's a
Oh.
little...
I didn't know
Oh.
that.
Somebody reset the house Pluto counter.
Yeah. So, but no, they're really metal. Like I think they're super interesting, but yeah, they don't live that long. So it's like if you're emotionally prepared to lose it in less than a fiscal cycle or fiscal quarter, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm writing that one as not a pet.
Yeah. But interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Next up is Butterfly.
Yeah, it's like
Same
people,
problem.
you know, yeah, they don't live very long, but you can put the caterpillar in a jar or someplace. You can see it pupate, hatches into a butterfly, takes off. You know,
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah,
pollinators.
and emotionally
It's a-
devastated when your sister
it's a-
steps on it.
Did that happen in real life? That sounds like.
Oh yes, that is an event.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, when we were in, I don't know, I think it's like a grade 2 thing here. You go find a caterpillar and you put it in your jar and you let it pupate and you let it hatch and now you've got a butterfly.
Oh.
And if you're me, you get told to let it go and you do not. You keep it as a pet. And you bring it places and let it fly around and then put it back in its little container and then it gets stepped on and you cry.
Oh.
We're getting the deep trauma out from Crescent over here. We got some childhood therapy to go through. Wrote down butterfly class experiment. I'm not writing not a pet. It's a class experiment. Is what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
But they're pollinators, so we really need to keep them outside. So they're trying to help with
Crescent.
all the other BS that's going on outside.
I haven't done it since I was 8. It makes you feel any
There
better.
you go.
I feel like I haven't seen. I'm just thinking of butterflies and like for here it was monarchs is what we really, and I haven't seen that many monarch butterflies like in a while.
We get them out here a bit, but we have stuff in the yard to, like attract like native stuff like that, so it's appealing.
Yeah.
But if we don't have that stuff, they don't come anywhere close to us.
I'm just thinking about that if I haven't seen that many in a while.
I do know like there's a lot less than there used to be. Like, yay!
Any of
we're
the
in middle of-
pollinators. Yeah, all the pollinators.
Honestly, lots of bugs in general are the population's declining.
Yeah.
Stop using pesticides, people.
Fucking cars and pesticides.
Yep. And then even the bees. Like I'm not a big bug guy. I'll say that right now. But I know, like, people having bees is good for the environment. But some people I know they get the bees, but they're the wrong bees for the area, so they don't do it right.
Yeah.
One of the limited pollination they do outside of the hive. So it's like that's a bit of an issue. So
yeah,
no matter what, don't release wild insects into your area trying to solve issue. That will go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. You just screw up the cycle. All right, well, all the bugs we're putting as not a pet, except for butterflies, which are class experiments.
Yep.
That's how I'm listing those.
Get a praying mantis. Those live a decent amount of time, and will try to fight you because you're the boss fight for them, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a big Dark Souls fight.
Yeah, but you're the boss, and it's just like
yeah,
ready
Kung
for you.
Fu, yeah.
Oh my god, writing that down that I get to have a praying mantis. Okay.
Yeah, go nuts.
All right, what's next
Okay.
on our list here?
Moving on from butterflies to something that is probably even less suited to be a pet: hummingbirds.
They're in my backyard.
People have had hummingbirds as pets, or like had them in their aviaries and their gardens and stuff. But you just need really sugary, like water, or like a lot of flowers that produce a lot of. Not a plant guy either.
Nectar.
But, like
Nectar.
nectar. So it's a rich person's aviary bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're in my backyard. They're constantly buzzing around. I'll get a few
They
of them.
do their job. They hang out.
Yep.
But
There's a reason hummingbird tongues are a luxury item in the series.
Once again,
Ooh,
rich people
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Doing weird stuff with money. I don't get that one.
It'd
But
be so small. How are you going to eat that? Like, how would you?
You have to get lots of them.
I guess.
make a really big hummingbird.
How big is this hummingbird that they're eating? We have more questions, Pierce.
I mean, actually, a giant hummingbird would be really interesting to look at and see it fly.
It would be interesting. Yeah, the physics behind it would be.
Yeah.
How loud would that be? Hummingbirds already are crazy loud.
It would be
because of
horrifying.
Be like a plane.
Yeah, like
flapping of the wings.
Looking around.
Yeah. All right.
Want to see it, but I'm glad it doesn't exist.
Yeah. All right. So what are we rating? Hummingbirds. If you're rich.
If you're rich. Yeah.
Put in rich people's pet.
Yeah, like if you're in like an apartment or something, like don't get a hummingbird. That's not enough space, and
yeah.
I mean, maybe you live in a greenhouse. I don't know.
There you go. You just have to like live in somewhere tropical and have the windows open and just let them come in and out.
Yeah, because like they do like.
You saying they're the wolves of birds?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, when they start using pack tactics to bring down larger game, then I'll give them that one. And they have a taste.
6 of them eating one flower. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. All right, what about our next one, Chris?
All right, another bird. Woodpeckers.
I don't want that in my house. That's gonna destroy my house.
Yeah, it'll be such a problem.
Really bad. They're really bad for the neighborhood. Like
another HOA bird.
Complaints. Yeah, like if you're gonna move out soon, bring woodpeckers into the area.
Yeah.
But they're just not good to have around.
No.
Like they make a lot of noise, and it's like a compulsion for them to make their nests. And so I've seen some places where like the woodpecker, who had never experienced building his own nest, didn't heck wood. But as soon as like, then I guess one day he like did it, and he's like, ooh. And then he started going ham on his enclosure, and it became an issue.
Huh.
So if you don't let them experience natural tendencies, which is bad animal husbandry, sure, it's just a bird. But as soon as it realizes what it's meant for, no, they're just horribly destructive.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that one. I can see what they do to my trees in my backyard. I don't need it in the house. Okay.
Unless you hate your neighbors and are leaving the area, don't bring woodpeckers to your area.
Yeah. I already have them here. And yeah.
I like the trees more.
Yeah. What's next?
This super controversial one. Cat?
Yes.
there's
Keep it
one
inside,
about to hit my... Hold on. I'm moving because of a cat. Come here. All right. Besta, you get to stay. All right. We'll knock that one off.
Cats, keep them inside. That's the only thing I ask people to do with their cats.
Yep. Absolutely.
If you needed, if your cat needs outside time, get a leash, supervise it. Don't let it roam the neighborhood, destroying the environment.
Or picking off
Killing
birds.
millions of birds.
Oh, they're an invasive species everywhere.
Yeah.
So like they're not even supposed to be on this continent, like the domestic ones. So
yeah, there you go. All right.
Keep them inside. Buy a catio. Make your inside more cat friendly, so it doesn't feel like it wants to go outside. It's a cat. They want to spend as little time awake as possible. If it's trying to get out of your house all the time, you need to make your house more comfortable for them. Utilize that vertical space for them.
Yep. I have basically a catio, and then if it was pretty funny last week, the reaction of my two cats seeing me outside, that the one just is like I was down below because they were like 10 feet up in the air, basically out on a balcony, and they're watching me. Yeah. And Dodger can't be separated from me at any moment, so she's just crying. I'm like, what are you doing? Why aren't I with you? What do you want? And then meanwhile, Besta like came over at one point, looks at me, cries like annoyingly, because you could see she just is like, if you can be down there, why can't I be down there? But Dodger is acting like she's dying. She's like, no, we're separate. Why can't I touch you right now? I'm like, oh God. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're pretty funny.
So I put that one as a yes, as long as you aren't a bad person.
Okay.
I feel like that could be added on to any of the yeses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm very judgmental, so I want that one on cats.
Okay,
That's fair.
I'll write it specifically. What's our next one there, Crescent?
Next up, we're switching one letter. We've got rats.
Ooh.
Oh, rats make great pets. Get a rat. They're so smart. Like, everyone... Okay, Disney branded the heck out of mice with Mickey and all that stuff. Mice are dicks. When mice get freaked out by something... Like, oh no, there's something coming, I'm afraid. And they have young, they kill their young to silence them. Rats will grab as many other kids as they can and try to get the heck out of there. Yeah. Or they'll try to fight. And that, that's just, good parenting.
Yeah.
I respect that. Plus, they've trained rats to do a bunch of stuff, like sniffing drugs, landmines.
Driving cars. No. Have you seen the rats on
Instagram yeah.
that can drive Cusco, and one of them passed away recently, but they can drive the car.
In an automobile accident?
No. I think of like old age. But yeah, they brought them. They had toy cars that were like, I don't know. The car,
I saw
and
that.
They were running little like. They could parallel park. They would hit each cone, and like they knew if you hit cones in a specific order, they got whatever treat. So they would do that, and like they could back up and reverse. And I love them. I love rats.
Rats are great. They make great pets. They're super smart. You can train them to do stuff. They like spending time around people. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like their enrichment and housing is just fun to do stuff for them with because they'll actually use it.
Yeah.
That's versus so many animals who just ignore things. You spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
Not better.
Every cat who doesn't want the cat tree and just wants the box. Is that what we're thinking of?
Oh, I have beef with a specific jaguar. I got covered in coyote urine trying to build a scent trail for it to lead it to a nice piece of meat.
Okay, Charles Boyle.
I get that reference. But it didn't interact with any of the stuff we put out for him. It didn't even go after the meat. It's just like, I'm going back to bed.
Hilarious. All right. Well, I'm writing rat is going to be now our that's the top of the list. We're going to do rat is the ultimate pet so far in Red Rising.
Okay, we're going from hard yes to probably hard no. Next up, we've got boars.
No. Because a boar is a wild pig.
Yeah, we're not thinking the cute pigs that are on the farms.
pigs, and pigs can be a vibe. They're very
very smart.
adorable. They can try not to think about how delicious they are.
Can't stop, won't stop.
But Boar is, it's a little bit, a little bit of a rascal at that point.
Okay.
Has tusks.
Yeah.
They're pretty big. A lot of kinetic energy when they get going. There's a reason why pigs actually kill a decent amount of people every year, and even that's just like the farm ones, and that's not accidents. And I'm always a little uncomfortable about having a pet that can get rid of my body.
Yeah, that's like a huge thing of like
Yep.
they'll eat.
That was a real
like,
big thing in Western Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like still jokes
Like-
we make of like, oh well, do you know a pig farm? I gotta dispose of a body. Yep.
Oh, no one would do that. No.
Nope.
No.
Don't blow up my spots.
Where is the
Who would
place
pick
also
Ford?
that had 40 wild boars go through? Remember this a couple years ago and all the wild boars were like in a suburb?
Was it? They might have been javelinas or something. Like they just rolled into a town.
Yeah, they
Like,
just like
some-
caved through. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna Google this. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
it's
Hey, if the-
40 wild.
That's like a real problem out here. Like there's
Really?
literally like boar tip signs.
It's,
And they've got like bounties on them.
it's you make a nice area where there's not a lot of predators in certain places. Yeah, the wildlife that's often hunted is like, oh, you don't have to deal with that over there.
yeah.
They should come to town. I think capybaras did that in some neighborhood.
Yes.
Like a
It's like they built a really rich suburb, and the capybaras went, this is actually just our house. So like we're coming.
This is
back.
ours now.
Also, that one, I don't know why anyone would complain about that. Capybaras seem super chill to me. So
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I want a capybara.
They're
South
just
Arkansas,
giant rodents.
South Arkansas is when 30 to 50 feral hogs became the internet meme.
yeah.
And isn't it like crazy fast that a pig will go feral and turn into a boar? Like it's not even like a generational thing. It's like this pig is loose. It's going to start murdering things.
Yeah, they get Rambo like really fast. It's like, oh, I have to survive. No one's feeding me. I gotta like
What?
prepare.
Wait, so like a boar is just it's not a different species? I always thought like they were just slightly like wolves to dogs kind of a situation here.
No,
Just
Oh,
feral pigs.
okay.
that's not getting fed the high calorie diet that we like them to have.
Okay. Good to know. So
They get
that's
kind
a no.
Like you can have a pet pig. Like people do this, but we're talking boars.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the next one seems.
Another real controversial one. Dogs.
Number one, get a dog. Love dogs, unless you don't have a living situation that it is good for the dog.
Yeah.
Or you get a dog that is emotionally distant and likes to hurt you by not cuddling. I'm looking at mine right now.
Mine was just sitting here, and she's gone to visit my partner.
Oh no, mine just does not cuddle at all. Like
Oh.
I think 3 times you've done it. But I was like super sick 2 of those times, and I woke up one of them, and as soon as she realizes I'm awake, she just leaves. She's weird, but like dogs, great. I like love dogs. It's like the one I said at the top of the show. It's like the one thing all of the world agreed on at some point in history. Like one of those around.
Yeah. Well, and isn't it like?
Yep.
So we domesticated dogs, but cats domesticated themselves is the like ongoing thing that cats came to us and went, let me tell you what I can do for you, rather than we looked at dogs and went, what can you do for us?
Yeah. But love dogs. There's so many good dogs out there. Don't get a brachiocephalic dog with a smashed face like a Frenchie.
Yeah.
But a
Yep.
hard stance on that. They just make me eye inside. I look to see if the dog knows Morse code. It's asking me to.
Yeah, is it trying to blink Morse code or is it trying to blink to keep its eyes in?
Yeah. We've done some messed up stuff to dogs.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get a dog, make sure you get one appropriate for your living situation.
Yeah.
And you can afford vet bill.
Fair. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, don't get a Belgian Malinois if you live in like a studio apartment. I've had that conversation in the last 2 years with more than once. I judge you very harshly.
Yeah, any of the big dogs. Make sure you have the space to.
Yeah. Other than apparently Great Danes, if you want a Great Dane and you live in an apartment, like go hard. Is what I keep hearing.
They will be on top of you the entire time. If that's your vibe.
Oh, that sounds fucking great.
Built-in weighted
They just use so much energy just living.
That's so funny.
Yeah. They will when you see how much they eat though, do you like it?
Yeah.
Get like 3 small dogs.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're at our last one, and then I'm slowly organizing them so that we can go over what we have. What's our last one there? Oh, we've got a dog coming. Incoming dog. Hi, Aspen.
Who's this?
This is Aspen.
Oh, hi, Aspen.
Her favorite
Aspen's
thing is to try and like
Coyote.
get as close as possible to you.
She tries to be.
Her favorite thing would, if she could be inside of your skin, she would be so happy.
She just crawls and like how in can you be?
I have an emotionally distant dog. The emotional tolerate is like sleep on the same bed as me. And maybe she'll sleep next to me. Ooh. But no, like would watch somebody's golden retriever. I'm like, I'm not used to all of this affection. I need less. I'm not used to it anymore.
That's fair.
Your dog has made you avoidant.
Yes.
That's funny. All right. Last
one.
Well,
last one for Red Rising. We've got camels.
Where? Oh, did we discuss? Where is there a camel in Red Rising? Like,
so the camel is like it is not present in the story.
Okay.
But there is a story inside of the story about the man who whips the camel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like camels.
I think it's like chapter 36.
No, camels, if you and deal with the camel's personality.
Yeah.
Camels are fine. Okay. Yeah, no, just it's an animal that is going to learn to mess with you. My experience with camels is mostly re-picking up their water bucket and filling it back up, because about 20-30 times a day in the middle of the summer at breaking record heats, there's like, I want to flip this over because then someone's going to come out and we can mess with them.
Nice.
And then we get fresh water.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's hilarious.
No, they're super useful, and especially in their native environment. Like, oh my god, camels so helpful, and they can be very affectionate. They're a good alarm system. You can ride them. They can carry water.
Yeah.
In emergencies, they're very helpful, but let's not go into that. But yeah, no, camel's great.
Nice. So I'm gonna put camel with horse because camels seem expensive. You're gonna need the area and the amount of food that the horse has is my guess.
Less than a horse, because they can like go, but you're still going to have to feed them a lot, and it's going to be weird. Depending on the camel, they can be pretty mean, but a lot of them are sweethearts. From the ones that I've worked with, which isn't the biggest sample size, I guess, but some are really nice. A couple were jerks, but they just really liked messing with people. So they're clever. They're more intelligent than cartoons that we grew up on led us to believe.
Fair. I like it. All right. Well, here's
We
our
were all alive
overall...
for the 90s, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, that reference lands.
Aladdin, I assume, is what we're going
Aladdin and like some other stuff I have like vague fever memories of, but I was gonna be really freaked out if no one here was not alive during the 90s.
No,
Make me
don't
depressed.
worry. Don't worry. All right, well, here's our list. So, first off, I'm going to take the 4 insects out of just not pets. So, silkworms, fireflies, dragonflies, butterflies. You can have them if you want, but, like, not really a pet.
Why?
At the bottom, we're going the worst to have. Well, the bottom 3, I'm going to say. We didn't really discuss in which order. But the boar, the pitviper, and the bear. Those are just the straight up don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Then we've got...
What if it's a panda?
Panda... Oh, we didn't discuss pandas. And if Pax killed a panda...
Don't get a panda.
Aren't they, like,
okay.
real stupid and, like, barely alive?
Pandas wouldn't exist in the modern age if it wasn't for the Chinese government and them... Whoever decided that they were going to be, like, a super adorable niche thing, only available in China, mascot for the World Wildlife Fund. Whoever came up with that idea, brilliant marketing, give them a raise. They're probably super underpaid. They need it.
Yeah.
Pandas are the worst. Like, they don't reproduce very easily in the wild unless there's multiple pandas in the same area because the guys won't try. And it's like, oh, there's not another guy around? I'll get to it eventually. So you need to have competition around. Otherwise, it's like, it's on the to-do list. Maybe I'll do... Oh, we died. They eat only bamboo. They can eat other things. They can eat meat. They can eat fruit. They can eat vegetables. But they decided, I'm going to eat bamboo, which is so inefficient.
Yeah.
And the volume of bamboo they have to eat to survive is so insane. What's the number? It was in 2015. I think the Edinburgh Zoo was paying like 25,000 pounds a month for the bamboo for their 2 pandas.
Yeah.
And that's when 25,000 pounds was 1.65 dollars a pounds. So that was a month because you're not growing bamboo.
40K a month.
What's happening in Scotland?
Jesus.
You're not getting...
Yeah. And I mean, like, China has used them as like, oh, if you have a panda from us, we're on pretty good relations.
Yeah.
But then they get insist you have to enclosure has to be built this way up to our standards, and then you have to rent them from us, and we can give you a little kickback if you make a cub, but then the cub comes back to us after a certain amount of time.
Because Toronto had the cubs. They ended up giving birth in Toronto, and we're like, well, congratulations, because they're all still going. I think they went to the Calgary Zoo after Toronto. That it was like, no, you only had the adults for 2 years, and then Calgary got them. Like, I think the cubs might have just gone straight back to, like, once they were old enough to be away. It's like, no, they're going back to China. Yeah.
Because China owns every panda.
Yeah.
Like, whoever came up with this idea, such hats off. I wish someone could market raccoons that well. Oh my god. Just, we all agree, like, they're so rare. There's like 20
Toronto
in the world.
Doesn't want that. Toronto's overrun. We don't need more raccoons. We're trying to give them away. But just, like,
convince it. So it's like, here, take this raccoon and give me 40 grand a month.
Toronto would be so rich.
Oh yeah, you just have to lie to everyone and say they're rare, but the internet kind of blew up that thing, so now you can just open a dumpster someplace and pull out 20 of them.
There's like 5 in my backyard as we're speaking.
Oh no, like, I've had to pull my dog off the hill in the middle of the night because she's got one trapped up on the fence, and I'm climbing up the slope in the middle of the night trying to get my dog who loves murder off the hill. Neighbors are waking up. It's like, oh, okay, jeez.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to have a raccoon. You've already told me that. I basically do. They're in my backyard. If I walked out right now,
keep them outside.
Yeah.
Don't feed them.
All right. So even if it's a panda, it's a no. Deerling, we were kind of on the like weird fence about. We were like, meh, not really. Don't do it. So I've put that there. And then Woodpecker, I've got written the wolves of birds, not good for the neighborhood. Because directly above them is going to be wolves. Of like, not really. We're not doing this.
No. Hummingbirds were the wolves of birds.
Yeah, that's no.
Oh yeah.
Woodpeckers.
Yeah, it was hummingbirds.
It was hummingbirds.
No, hummingbirds were the rich
six
people.
Hummingbird. Yeah, but they were 6 hummingbirds
okay.
eating one flower.
You're right. All right. Well, listen, I put wolves and then hummingbirds directly above. So either way, we're kind of in that same.
Yeah.
Woodpeckers are still not good for the neighborhood. Yeah. Wolves and hummingbirds I also put between wolves and horses because they're rich people pet, we said. You had to have like a full greenhouse.
Yeah.
That's the rich people pet. Which then gets us into horses, which is a rich person pet. You can definitely have a horse. Just take care of it. Directly above them, camels. And then from there we get we didn't discuss camel or goat. What's the better to have, a camel or a goat?
Goat is a much easier one to take care of.
Okay.
Also because they don't often weigh more than you unless you get a really big goat.
Yeah, you can easily.
So, it's just like that's like a safety, transportation, more likely to find a vet who's comfortable with it.
Yep.
I mean, at least, again, Western point of view, in North America, it's probably easier finding a goat vet than a camel vet.
Fair.
Unless you live next to a zoo that has camels. Then you'll definitely find one there. But then getting them to see your camel, it'll funky.
Okay.
They're busy.
Well, and then our top 3, I don't agree with our top 3, but I'm going with you, the expert. In third place is cat. Yes, as long as you're not a bad person. That's my number 1. I obviously have them. Number 2 was rat, which we all love. And number 1, you put. Number 1, I would put as number 3. But
I also second
with
the dog at
living
1.
situation. Yeah, I'm outvoted on this one. But as long as you have the good living situation. That's our final.
I love my dogs, and if anyone comes at me about the wolves, I literally have a wolf tattoo on my arm. I've worked with them. The reason I do the animal stuff is probably wolves' fault. But,
don't come away from that. Well, people can have these discussions in the comment section.
Please have in-depth conversations in the comments.
Get us all over the algorithm, please, about what animals do you agree and disagree, and why. But yeah, those are the.
You have bad experiences having some of these pets or some of these animals as pets. Please tell us. We definitely will not make fun of you.
Also, cats versus dogs. Let's just start that war.
Oof. We're starting a war. Get after it, folks.
Dogs poop outside.
Yeah, which means that my cats, when it's a freaking blizzard here or extreme weather, I don't have to do anything with them. They're just still inside. I don't have to leave the house on days I'm lazy. The cat just does her same thing. Chasing my socks around.
My dog is making sure I'm getting my exercise.
Oh. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need exercise. Anyway, thank you for being on for Red Rising. We're actually, if you're listening, thank you for listening. We're going to take a quick break. You guys will see us in a week. We'll see each other in 5 minutes. In a week. We're going to sit here for a week.
We're going to sit here for a week.
Discussing whether or not
Cats
what
versus
kind of
dogs.
pit vipers is this? Cats versus dogs for a full week. And then we'll be back to discuss Golden Sun, which has some really interesting. There's some obvious ones. We know the fox is coming. But there's some also, we're going to get into the mythological, which as the series goes on, we get more and more of what the carvers can do. And so we're going to have some really interesting ones. So thank you, Yogi, for bringing your expertise. And I hope to push you to your extremes over the coming weeks.
Okay, works for me.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, everybody like and subscribe, join the Patreon, do all the fun things.
Comment about animals.
Comment about animals, please. Get us good on the algorithm. Make it so that we're no longer a Sims channel. The Sims people are taking over in our.
What? I'm sure you can have pets in The Sims.
I don't
Come
have
on.
that game pack. Join the Patreon and get me the game pack, Cats and Dogs, which The Sims does then have already. There's a designed cat that looks like a raccoon. They got smart about these things. They went, it's in theory a cat, but it looks like a raccoon. So, yeah. Get us monetized so I can have Cats and Dogs and Sims pack and play this out. That's how this is going to work. All right.
Noblest reason.
The noblest reason. We're going to call it here. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.